Boeing Starliner spacecraft has successfully landed in the New Mexico desert. The capsule traveled back to Earth from the International Space Station.
Elon Musk, the tech titan known for his audacious ventures, dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the space industry and beyond. Instead of unveiling a new electric car or a groundbreaking space launch, he revealed that the astronauts aboard Boeing's Starliner spacecraft, stranded in space, were likely dead. What could have gone so terribly wrong? Was it a catastrophic technical failure, a human error, or something even more sinister? This shocking news raised profound questions about the future of commercial space exploration and the limits of human endurance in the harsh environment of space. Could this be the end of human spaceflight as we know it? Will this tragedy deter future explorers from venturing beyond our planet? Only time will tell. Musk blasts FAA for Boeing's blunders. Elon Musk, the tech tycoon behind SpaceX, is once again taking aim at government regulators. This time, his target is the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, which he accuses of prioritizing red tape over astronaut safety. The issue at hand? 2 NASA astronauts have been stranded on the International Space Station, ISS, since June 2024 due to recurring technical problems with Boeing Starliner spacecraft. Musk argues that the FAA has been too slow to address the situation, focusing instead on petty matters that have little bearing on the astronauts' well-being. This is deeply wrong and puts human lives at risk, Musk stated. NASA deemed the Boeing capsule unsafe for astronaut return, yet the FAA is fining SpaceX over trivialities. Musk has a history of clashing with government agencies over his space ventures. In the past, he has accused the FAA of hindering SpaceX's progress with excessive regulations. However, the Starliner incident has taken the tension to a new level, as it raises serious questions about the safety of commercial spaceflight. The stranded astronauts are not the only ones facing uncertainty. NASA has relied heavily on Boeing Starliner as part of its plans to return humans to the moon. The repeated failures of the spacecraft have cast doubt on the agency's ability to achieve this goal. As the situation continues to unfold, it remains to be seen whether the FAA will take action to address Musk's concerns. The outcome of this standoff could have far-reaching implications for the future of commercial space exploration. Musk's criticism of the FAA has sparked a wider debate about the role of government regulation in the space industry. Some argue that the agency should be more lenient in order to encourage innovation and competition. Others contend that strict regulations are necessary to protect public safety. The Starliner incident has also raised questions about the reliability of commercial spacecraft. While SpaceX has had a successful track record, Boeing's struggles have highlighted the risks associated with relying on a single supplier for human spaceflight. As the astronauts continue their extended stay on the ISS, the pressure on the FAA to find a solution is mounting. The outcome of this crisis could have a significant impact on the future of space exploration and the role of government regulation in the industry. The Starliner Saga, Boeing's rocky road to the stars. The Boeing Starliner, a spacecraft designed to ferry astronauts to and from the International Space Station, ISS, has been on a roller coaster journey since its inception. Developed under contract with NASA, the Starliner has faced numerous setbacks and delays, casting doubt on its ability to meet the agency's ambitious goals. The Starliner program was launched in 2011 as part of NASA's Commercial Crew Program, which aimed to replace the space shuttle with commercial spacecraft. Boeing won the contract in 2014, and the company has invested heavily in the development of the Starliner. However, the road to space has not been smooth. In 2020, the Starliner's inaugural test flight ended in a botched docking attempt at the ISS. The spacecraft's software had malfunctioned, leading to a premature abort of the mission. The failure was a major setback for Boeing and raised concerns about the reliability of the Starliner. Despite the initial disappointment, Boeing persevered, and the Starliner successfully completed a second test flight in 2022. However, this mission also encountered some issues, including a software glitch that prevented the spacecraft from docking with the ISS. The Starliner's repeated failures have put NASA's plans to return humans to the moon in jeopardy. The agency had hoped to rely on the spacecraft as part of its Artemis program, but the delays and technical problems have forced it to reassess its strategy. As Boeing continues to work on the Starliner, the future of the spacecraft remains uncertain. The company faces intense pressure to demonstrate the reliability and safety of the Starliner before it can be used for human missions. The success or failure of the Starliner could have a significant impact on the future of commercial spaceflight and NASA's ambitions for human exploration. exploration. Beyond the technical challenges, the Starliner Saga has also highlighted the complexities of government-industry partnerships in space exploration. The Boeing-NASA relationship has been strained by the repeated failures of the Starliner, and there have been calls for increased oversight and accountability. The Starliner's journey has also raised questions about the future of human spaceflight. As the United States and other countries aim to establish a sustainable presence on the Moon and eventually Mars, the need for reliable and affordable spacecraft has never been greater. The success or failure of the Starliner could have far-reaching implications for the future of space exploration. In the meantime, the Starliner remains grounded, its fate hanging in the balance. Whether it will ever fly with astronauts remains to be seen. The outcome of this saga could determine the course of human exploration for years to come. The failed mission. A software snafu strands astronauts. The Orbital Flight Test 2 (OFT-2) mission of the Boeing Starliner spacecraft in December 2020 was a major setback for the commercial spaceflight industry. The mission was intended to be a crucial step towards returning humans to space from American soil, but a software error led to an unplanned abort and prevented the Starliner from docking with the International Space Station, ISS. As a result of the software failure, the Starliner's automated flight control system misidentified its location relative to the ISS. This led to the spacecraft initiating an unplanned abort sequence, causing it to burn off excess fuel and miss its intended rendezvous point. The unexpected abort left the spacecraft in an unstable orbit, making it impossible to dock with the ISS. The incident forced 2 NASA astronauts who were on board the ISS at the time to remain stranded for several days until a safe return to Earth could be planned. The unexpected delay caused significant disruption to the ISS mission and raised concerns about the reliability of commercial spacecraft. The Starliner failure highlighted the critical importance of software reliability in spaceflight. Even the most advanced technology can be vulnerable to human error and unforeseen circumstances. The software failure that led to the abort was a stark reminder of the risks involved in space exploration. In response to the incident, Boeing conducted a thorough investigation to identify the root cause of the software error and implement corrective measures. The company also made significant investments in its software development processes to improve the reliability of its spacecraft. While the Starliner incident was a setback, it also served as a valuable learning experience for the commercial spaceflight industry. The incident highlighted the need for rigorous testing and verification of spacecraft systems, as well as the importance of redundancy and backup systems. As a result of the lessons learned from the Starliner's failure, future commercial spacecraft are likely to be designed with greater emphasis on software reliability and redundancy. This will help to reduce the risk of similar incidents in the future and ensure the safety of astronauts on future missions. The incident also had a significant impact on the commercial spaceflight industry as a whole. It raised questions about the ability of commercial companies to deliver on the promise of human spaceflight and eroded public confidence in the industry. However, the incident also served as a catalyst for change. It forced Boeing and other commercial space companies to reevaluate their approach to software development and safety. The lessons learned from the Starliner incident are likely to be applied to future spacecraft, helping to ensure that they are more reliable and safe. The Starliner incident remains a cautionary tale about the risks involved in space exploration. However, it also serves as a reminder of the resilience and ingenuity of the human spirit. Despite the setbacks, the commercial spaceflight industry continues to push the boundaries of what is possible, with the ultimate goal of making human spaceflight a reality for future generations. The Starliner Software snafu, a ticking time bomb in space. The primary cause of the Starliner failure that led to the astronauts getting stranded in space was a software error. Specifically, a timing issue within the spacecraft's software caused the automated flight control system to misidentify its location relative to the International Space Station, ISS. This misidentification triggered an unplanned abort sequence, leading to the Starliner burning off excess fuel and missing its intended rendezvous point. The software error was the result of a complex interaction between multiple components of the spacecraft's software system. While the exact details of the error remain confidential, it is believed to have been related to a timing issue in the spacecraft's navigation system. This timing issue caused the system to miscalculate the Starliner's position, leading to the incorrect abort sequence. The incident highlighted the critical importance of software reliability in spaceflight. Even the most advanced technology can be vulnerable to human error and unforeseen circumstances. The software error that led to the Starliner failure was a stark reminder of the risks involved in space exploration. In response to the incident, Boeing conducted a thorough investigation to identify the root cause of the software error and implement corrective measures. The company also made significant investments in its software development processes to improve the reliability of its spacecraft. While the software error was the primary cause of the Starliner failure, there were likely other contributing factors. For example, the spacecraft's software system was complex and difficult to test, and there may have been deficiencies in the testing procedures used by Boeing. Additionally, the tight development schedule for the Starliner program may have put pressure on engineers to deliver the spacecraft on time, potentially leading to shortcuts or compromises in the development process. The Starliner Software snafu was a ticking time bomb that nearly derailed the entire mission. The error was a stark reminder of the risks involved in space exploration and the importance of meticulous attention to detail. The incident also raised questions about the adequacy of Boeing's software development processes and the oversight provided by NASA. In the aftermath of the Starliner failure, Boeing and NASA implemented several measures to prevent similar incidents in the future. These measures included improvements to the spacecraft's software, increased testing and verification, and enhanced oversight from NASA. The Starliner disaster, a blow to Boeing's reputation. The Starliner failures have been a major setback for Boeing, a company that has long been synonymous with innovation and excellence in the aerospace industry. The repeated setbacks have raised serious questions about the company's ability to deliver reliable and safe spacecraft and have eroded public trust in the company. Boeing has a long and storied history in the aerospace industry, with a reputation for innovation and technological advancements. The company has been responsible for some of the most iconic aircraft in history, including the Boeing 747 and the Boeing 777. However, the Starliner failures have tarnished this legacy, casting a shadow over the company's reputation. The public's trust in Boeing has been significantly eroded by the Starliner failures. This loss of trust can have far-reaching consequences, as it can make it difficult for the company to secure future contracts and partnerships. Customers may be hesitant to entrust their lives and investments to a company with a history of failures, particularly when it comes to the safety of human spaceflight. The Starliner failures have also had significant financial consequences for Boeing. The company has incurred substantial costs related to development, testing, and remediation efforts. Additionally, the delays and setbacks have impacted Boeing's bottom line, as the company has missed out on potential revenue and faced increased costs due to the failures. The Starliner failures have given competitors such as SpaceX an opportunity to gain market share and establish themselves as more reliable players in the commercial spaceflight industry. The failures have demonstrated that Boeing is not invincible and that there are other companies capable of developing and operating successful spacecraft. Boeing is facing an uphill battle to recover from the damage caused by the Starliner failures. The company has taken steps to address the issues and improve its reputation, but it will likely take time to rebuild trust and credibility. The Starliner failures are a stark reminder of the risks involved in space exploration and the importance of rigorous testing and quality control in the aerospace industry. It remains to be seen whether Boeing can overcome these challenges and regain its position as a leader in the commercial spaceflight industry. Beyond the immediate impact on Boeing, the Starliner failures have also raised broader questions about the future of commercial spaceflight. The failures have highlighted the challenges of developing complex spacecraft, the importance of software reliability, and the need for rigorous testing and oversight. As the commercial spaceflight industry continues to evolve, it is essential that companies like Boeing learn from their mistakes and take steps to ensure the safety and reliability of their spacecraft. The future of human space exploration depends on the ability of companies to develop and operate spacecraft that are both innovative and reliable. Starliner's stumbles, a wake-up call for private space travel. The repeated failures of Boeing's Starliner spacecraft have sent shockwaves through the space industry. These setbacks raise serious questions about the reliability and safety of relying solely on private companies for space travel. While private companies have undoubtedly brought innovation and efficiency to space exploration, the Starliner's struggles highlight the potential pitfalls of a purely market-driven approach. Can private companies consistently deliver the safety and reliability required for human spaceflight? Are they motivated by long-term goals or short-term profits? The financial viability of private space programs is another concern. If a space mission is not commercially successful, can it be sustained, and who bears the risk in case of failure? Government oversight is essential to ensure that safety standards are met and public interests are protected. But how can regulators strike the right balance between encouraging innovation and preventing reckless behavior? The Starliner's failures are a wake-up call for the space industry. It is clear that a balanced approach is needed, combining the strengths of both public and private sectors. Public-private partnerships can help ensure that space exploration is driven by both innovation and safety, ultimately leading to a more sustainable and successful future for humanity beyond Earth. SpaceX's rise amid Starliner struggles. The failure of Boeing Starliner spacecraft to dock with the International Space Station (ISS), leaving 2 astronauts stranded, has significantly boosted SpaceX's position in the commercial space market. SpaceX's Crew Dragon spacecraft has consistently demonstrated its safety and reliability, earning the trust of NASA and the public. This contrast with Starliner's setbacks has solidified SpaceX as the primary provider of human spaceflight services to the ISS. SpaceX's Crew Dragon spacecraft, on the other hand, has been a picture of reliability. It successfully launched and docked with the ISS multiple times, proving itself to be a safe and dependable ride for astronauts. So when NASA needed to bring the stranded astronauts back to Earth, who did they turn to? You guessed it, SpaceX. When Boeing Starliner spacecraft failed to dock with the International Space Station (ISS), Elon Musk's SpaceX stepped in. SpaceX's Crew Dragon capsule was quickly mobilized to rescue the stranded astronauts and bring them safely back to Earth. The rescue mission was a complex undertaking requiring precise coordination between NASA, SpaceX, and the astronauts aboard the ISS. SpaceX engineers worked tirelessly to prepare the Crew Dragon for the rescue, ensuring that it was equipped with all the necessary systems and supplies. Originally scheduled for a swift return, the astronauts have been stranded since June and are now expected to return only in February 2025 aboard a SpaceX Dragon capsule. This success has not only boosted SpaceX's reputation, but also given it a significant competitive advantage in the commercial space market. With Starliner out of commission, SpaceX is now the sole provider of human spaceflight services to the ISS for NASA. But it's not just about the money. The success of SpaceX's missions has also captured the public's imagination and inspired a new generation of space enthusiasts. And when you have the public's support, it's like rocket fuel for your business. So, what does the future hold for SpaceX? With the momentum they've gained from Starliner's failures, the sky's the limit. They're already working on new projects, like sending tourists to the moon. And who knows, maybe one day they'll be the ones taking us to Mars. So what do you think? Will the commercial spaceflight industry be able to overcome these challenges and achieve its goals? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos. Thanks for watching.